What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Shifty. I am joined here by Eager Carbo, the best caster I've ever casted with in my entire life, and we're ready to hit up this show match. WiLD versus Thresh, first map, obviously Solar Hardpoint. Carbo, do you know anything about either of these teams?
I do know some members or former members of WiLD, but really haven't got to cast or watch any of these guys play in a long time, so it'll definitely be interesting to see. I'm definitely excited here for this best of 7, I believe. Am I correct?
Yes, it is a best of 7. First map, obviously Solar Hardpoint. I'm going to hop on board here with Trauma. Trauma running the ASM-1, trying to push up into the hill, able to pick up a huge kill on Reflex. And, how many battles do you think, WiLD should run, both teams should run here on this first hill? I've heard 2, I've heard 3, I've heard people go with all battles up on this first hill. What's your opinion?
I honestly like 2. I'm an I'm an ASM-1 type of guy, so I like the 2 battle, 2 ASM-1. I think that's a good strategy, but, the 3 has worked out before, so it'll be definitely interesting to see what they're running with. I actually haven't looked yet. Let's see. Is it 2 each? I'm not sure.
I think it is 2. I think it's 2 battles, 2 ASM-1s.
Yeah, definitely interesting move there. Early on, already a 26-1 lead for WiLD, so definitely a good start for them guys coming out of the gates. Trauma at 5-2, now 6-2, and 7-2 as he's going off their big 2-piece in the hill, and WiLD just looking really good early on.
Yeah, I'm honestly super excited to see WiLD play. Both Trauma and Cross, former teammates of mine. I know when they get heated up, especially Trauma, he is liable to drop a 50 on this map. I know from experience, we played against Hook in the 5K, and Trauma dropped 52 on this map. I'm honestly super excited to see what he can do, filling this main Slayer role for WiLD. WiLD, such a strong team coming out. Thresh, a strong team as well, but even off host right now, WiLD coming out absolutely dominating pretty much every facet of this hardpoint.
Yeah, right now already 58-8. 50-point lead already with still 8:25 to go. They're definitely looking very impressive. As you can see, Trauma at 9-5. Valent is at 9-5 as well. So, really great start for them guys, and they're not looking to back off at all.
No, and if you're WiLD, that's exactly what you want. Thresh is a very momentum-based team. I've seen Thresh come back from down, 3-0 in a best of 7. I've seen him come back from down 2-0 in a best of 5. I've seen them pull together and string together some amazing comebacks, and if you're WiLD, you do not want to let that happen. Thresh, in Advanced Warfare in general, obviously such a streaky game, such a momentum-based game, and, if you do not keep your foot on the gas, foot on their throat at the whole time, this game could break wide open for either side at any point in time.
Oh yeah, definitely, especially in hardpoint, because if you remember in Black Ops 2, I'm not sure if you played competitive, but you had to take that 15-20 seconds to rotate. In this game, it takes about 5 to 8 seconds to get across the map, and things can turn on you pretty quickly, especially like you said with the streaky plays. So still 68-50. This game's getting a lot closer. Benefits starting to heat up a little bit. He's at 10-8 on a 2 streak.
Yeah, I'm looking here at the scoreboard. What are you thinking? Because on WiLD, you've got 2 players really slaying out, and then 2 kind of, bringing up the rear, but they've got 2 caps apiece, so, playing that OBJ role a little bit. However, on Thresh, WiLD is getting slayed out here by a pretty marginal difference here. So, what do you think WiLD is doing? Is it just trading better? Is it playing the hill better? Or what that's keeping them in the lead here?
Right now, I've really seen them playing the hill very well so far. Of course, that lead is starting to shrink. As you see, Thresh is all over this hill right now. Looks like 2 players are coming from the left side. That is Valent, and I believe that's Fisher. Fisher's 8-80. He did struggle early on, starting to bring it back a little bit. But as this game goes on, it looks like the host is starting to kick in here for Thresh as they're starting to get back into that slaying category.
I agree. Thresh, honestly, really surprising me with the way that they were able to bounce back after this, after such a slow start in the beginning of this hard point. 58-8, 50 points, obviously right off the rip, obviously not something that is easy to come back with as benefits, picking up a huge 2-piece inside this hill from P1 as Thresh now coming back from down 50 points, able to take the lead by about 12 as we're rotating to this last hill in this first rotation. Reaps running around the back, going to be picked up by Fisher. What do you think WiLD needs to do, in terms of keeping their composure? How important is a mindset, coming into, this match, especially being up by 50 at one point in time, now being down, fighting for the lead?
I mean, they don't need to rush anything. They need to slay out around the hill. I just see them kind of jumping in the hill, not really. I mean, they're going for the kills, but I don't know. Just they're not coordinating their pushes very well right now. I thought in the beginning of the game they were definitely working as a team, but right now maybe that lead that they lost is starting to get to their head. As you do see him get it back right here, but still 5:15 to go. Definitely a lot of time.
And that's definitely not a play that I like to see right there, as Trauma pushing out of purple to try and put pressure on the middle of the hill. Did not coordinate it very well with his teammates, as nobody else hopped in the hill, and they wasted, a good 10 to 15 seconds right there that WiLD could have picked up. If you only had one person in the hill, eating up that extra time, it would have kept them in the lead here, rotating into this first hill on the second rotation. Obviously, Hardpoint, such a host-oriented game type online. We hate to bring up host. I hate to bring up host as a factor, but, we all know that it is. So, honestly, if WiLD able to take this off host, that'd be absolutely phenomenal for this best of 7. And, the way this Hardpoint is going, I'm really expecting a close one.
Yeah, it should be pretty close to see. Valent did switch to, what is that, hardline? Is that what they call it? Hardwire or something like that?
Hardwire test.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat some, basically.
Yeah. And like you said earlier with the lag, I mean, not the lag, but the host, there's nothing you can really do about it. I mean, every Call of Duty game is going to have host until, technology could kick in and we could see a lag-free game, but probably not going to see that.
We want dedicated servers.
Yeah, no kidding. I actually seen something about League of Legends maybe trying to do that, but anyways.
That would be phenomenal.
Okay.
But, I'm watching Trauma here in this unbound pipe, able to push in, gonna pick up 1 kill, looking for the maps control. Obviously, there is Keiko. Keiko laying down. I'm hopping on board with Keiko, as he is doing a fantastic job holding this back maps area for Thresh. And honestly, back maps in general, as he finally falls, maps is such an area that you need to control, especially on this hill here. It can influence spawns. How important is that AR anchor player? I'd like to talk about that a little bit, because, the AR anchor doesn't get as much, as much support and love as they need to, as much as the people, running around dropping 50 bombs. But, that AR anchor spot is so important for Hardpoint.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a huge impact in the games alone. I mean, they help out with the spawns, etc. But yeah, 3 down go here for WiLD as Fisher. Last one alive. Looks like he is going to be taken out. Trauma 35 and 22, guys. This man is going off right now. He has 7 captures to his name, trying to pick up that double-double.
What's crazy too? He's looking at 7 caps too. Honestly, I mean, look at his defense too. He's only got 1 defend. It honestly is really interesting to me how he has that many kills and is like bouncing in and out of the hill with no defense.
Yeah, I'm actually looking right here. Valent does not have 1 capture to his name yet. And, in Hardpoint, especially on Advanced Warfare, you usually see, everybody in the high, maybe 7, 8 captures per game. But him with 0 right now, it looks like he is that AR anchor. But Benefits is going to be able to take him out. He is just 27, 23, really picking it up. He does enter the hill. He is going to be taken out. And 166, 146 is going to be tough rub to come back here off host.
I agree 100%. Something I'm noticing as well is Fisher is dropping a 2-bar. Playing with Fisher previously before in some wagers, etc., he does not have very good internet. Dropping the 2-bar obviously not helping his team, so I think what they've kind of done is allowed him to rotate early and play sort of the hill character, sort of the nade shot OBJ role, the one that just lays in the hill and lets his 3 teammates slay out around him. However, with that being said, Cross only 21 kills, Valent, just now about to hit 30, as you have, the last 2 hills in this rotation. If you're going to have your 3 players slay out, then they really need to do a better job of that, because I think what it's coming down to now is with Fisher, the inability for Fisher to slay out in and around this hill. Those 3 teammates really need to go huge.
Yeah, they really do, and it looks like actually WiLD, if they can get a couple kills here, they have got a good chance to come back, maybe tie this, maybe even take the lead. Trauma does need to pick up these 2 guys to the left. I'm not sure if he was spotted out here. He does see 1 to his right. Oh, missing shots. Can he pick him up? Oh, goodness.
My goodness. Absolutely turned on.
Oh,
My game is glitching right now, and I don't have a kill feed. So I have no clue, like, who is killing who. I'm just kind of, like, making guesses. I'm kind of, trying to wing it here as I'm watching Benefits doing a great job holding this map side. Honestly, I'd really rather see him rotate than fight for that 8 second, especially when WiLD could still win off of this hill. That scrap time, if you're Thresh with this much of a lead, not exactly the most important part. Reeves going to get taken out as he is trying to slay out from top glass. That was by Valent, and WiLD getting aggressive here on this kind of last push here into this last hill of the game as Benefit's able to pick up 2 huge kills on the outside of this hill, and it looks to me like this game will go in favor of Thresh, putting them up 1-0.
Yeah, Thresh really in the end of this game, well, I should say about the second half of the game, really stepped up in the slaying department. You see him early on, he went down by 50 points. Trauma was going off. I mean, he's still going off. 46 kills, 46-31. It's a shame that, you know, they're not going to be able to pick this game up, especially with the way he was playing. But like I said, early on, WiLD was slaying out, and then about 6 minutes kicked in there, and, you know, Thresh really started to take over that host, you know, really became apparent in this game, and they're going to be able to come out with this W here in map number 1.
You know, honestly, something I was so interested to that I was looking at, Trauma, we were talking about his ability to play the OBJ with the high amount of caps and the high amount of slaying. He has 12 caps and 46 kills. You know, that's absolutely insane game from him. You know, that's otherworldly right there what he just did. Able to drop 46 kills and still play the hill. Honestly, you needed Fisher, you needed Cross to step up in the slaying a little bit. Cross doing a good job trying to play the OBJ with the 6 caps. However, I just don't think the slaying and coordination was there from WiLD, as they will drop the first map here. I'm looking at the progression of maps here. I have them somewhere on my Twitter here. Obviously, if it is a best of 7, we should be going into another respawn here. But let me see here. Let me look. I'm trying to find them here. Okay, I have the maps here right in front of me. I apologize, it was extremely unprofessional of me. Seoul or Hardpoint first, Uplink Detroit on second, the second map here. Honestly, super excited to see WiLD and Thresh, you know, butt heads in a map that, you know, Uplink Detroit is live or die by teamwork. Live or die by the amount of kills that you can drop as a team, the coordination as a team. So I'm honestly super excited to see how WiLD can bounce back from being, you know, being down and giving up such a large lead in the first match.
Yeah,